Howdy folks, it's episode 44 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. Currently training Runecraft in RuneSpan in order to get my RC to 90 so that I can use up all of my chi from the player-owned ports without capping on it. I need other AFK activities in order to get editing done and get stream work done and that sort of a thing, but I'm kind of running out of things to do that are AFK. Like, I could still take fire making to 99, but that would kind of be for its own sake because I already have, 120 invention now, so I'll figure something out. I might end up just doing primal fruit pulp for herblore training because I always need that. The main focus of this episode, and likely all remaining episodes of the series, was going to be doing quests in release order. I have finally finished all of the quests that are in Old School. This episode will include a couple quests that have been backported to Old School, so they weren't in the original archive, so I haven't played them before, but they have since been added to Old School. That's Path of Glaufrey and the Land of the Goblins and Hope Spear's Will combo. I will not be recording the entirety of those quests because I am eventually going to play them in Old School, and that'll be the time I do my recording. There are going to be several other quests that are unique to RS3 that I am going to record the entirety of. I will put a time code in the description if you just want to skip to the summaries of those. Let's go ahead and get to the playthrough. All right, got it down to the pure energy. I think I just hand in these things and I get 26k XP. That's nice. All right, so now I'm done with that. I guess I'm just going to run around, kill a bunch of S-lings to get essence so I don't have to think about it. And then we'll pick an island and camp there. Runecraft 83. This is quite a bit slower, but it's doable, and it's AFK, so that's what matters. I'm considering popping out of here really quick to make extreme Runecraft potions. I should be able to do that. Let's see, regular Runecrafting potions require special seasonal wool, which I have a bunch of and I have no other use for. Super Runecraft potions are yak milk, which I have a bunch of from farming. And then extreme Runecrafting potions are spider venom, which I have a bunch of from farming. So the idea is that if I bring a bunch of those in here, I can stay boosted to 90 Runecraft, then I can actually interact with the level 90 and 95 stuff, which might be helpful. Might make this a little bit faster. It's worth checking out. We'll see. Probably as good a use as any for my seasonal wool. I have no other reason to use it. I guess you need a small amount of it to make ensouled thread. Maybe I'll just raise some sheep really quick if I actually need it for something else. It's fine. Okay, I was able to make 18 4 doses, which is like 7.5 hours. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's gonna really make that big of a difference, but it's worth a try. Okay, I'm back here. I got my Extreme Runecraft potions. Let's see how this goes. This one usually takes 95 Runecraft to do. Okay. The XP rate is significantly better, like 20k on average, I would say. The big thing is that I think Runecraft urns are really, really good compared to all the other urns. Like, the burst of XP you get makes a huge difference compared to how much XP you're getting on average for the hour. So I'm probably going to need to make way more of those going forward. I will almost certainly run out as part of this grind in 90. Runecraft 84. I need one more level, and then I can use just regular super Runecraft potions to boost to 90 and still do a lot of stuff here. I won't be able to do the Undead Souls. They're pretty good XP, but it's okay to just do the Soul S-Wraiths and the Flesh platforms. Yeah. Even though this XP rate is like not insanely better than what I was getting previously and kind of variable depending on what my luck is with the nodes, the points rate is nuts. Like, I was here for hours and got 5,000 points. I barely even made it through my second potion and I'm already up to 1,400 points. So yeah, going primarily for soul runes is way faster for RuneSpan points. I got really lucky. The rune spheres spawned next to me and it's blood. Runecraft 85. Runecraft 86. I went ahead and picked up the runecrafting robes that I thought about getting from the Great Orb project, and then I couldn't actually do the minigame because nobody does it because it's dead. I have 3 out of 4 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the 4th one, and I guess I'll get the Wicked robes after that. I don't have much else to spend RuneSpan points on. Okay, getting the last piece of the Master Runecrafter set, and then going forward I will be getting the Wicked Hood set, the Wicked set. Yeah. 5% XP boost, that's pretty good. Okay, I got some time to quest here. I'm going to go do Path of Glaufrey since this one is in Old School now. I'm just going to blast through it. If you want to see my reaction to the story, I'll react to it when I play it on my Old School account sometime in the distant future. This quest is going to require a grappling hook, and I guess you can make a enhanced grappling hook that goes on your tool belt. so you never need to bring it with you, so I'm going to do that. So I guess I just use this grapple on the crossbow. There we go, enhanced grappling hook. Add to tool belt. Interesting, and I don't need to carry the crossbow with me at all, that's nice. I think in old school, this is now the source of there's like an actual powered staff for low-level Ironman, which is really cool. They finally bridged some gaps there. I guess this quest is doing the Eyes of Gluffery puzzle again. Interesting. Oh god, it's an ice block puzzle. This is more of a traditional like block pushing puzzle, like a Sokoban. Oh, I forgot how much I hate this puzzle. It's not hard, you just have to I'm like fishing for a blue square and I cannot get one for the life of me. Really giving me trouble here. I think I clicked past one once. It's very stupid, but I solved it finally. Oh, that's interesting. Wes makes a Dougal Maps joke. That's pretty funny. I don't have to grapple the tree here. That's interesting. So it's technically in the Poison Wastes. This is where Zulrah is in old school. So they must have, when they did this quest, moved it. Whoa, warp tortoises are pretty cool looking. I don't know what they look like in old school, but probably the same, but without the texture. I guess this is arguably a boss fight. These 3 warped terror birds. Looks like it moved me into like a little instance. I was already fighting a bunch of these guys though outside. I don't know if they have an interesting drop table in this game. Probably not. Anything that's not like a Slayer 90 or higher enemy probably doesn't matter. That's nice. The wiki guide says that there's like a seizure warning here and to like literally look away from the screen and hold down space. I should be fine, but I'm not going to record it. Okay, the flashing lights weren't too bad. It just like zooms in on a particle effect it probably shouldn't zoom in on. It was like an easy thing to fix. And my blindness is mostly preserved for old school because I did not follow what was happening in the story at all, which maybe is going to be confusing later if there's a sequel to this quest. I just know you go down and you fix a spirit tree and you go down in a sewer where there's a bunch of warped terror birds and tortoises was what I got out of it, and then Hazelmere shows up to help you. Okay, so Back to My Roots is not in old school. Let me confirm that. That's correct. It is not, at least at time of recording, it has not been backported to old school, so I will show this in its entirety. This is really interesting. I think quests now are just giving way more XP, like tens of thousands. They finally got around to adjusting a lot of quest rewards in old school, but pretty much every quest to this point has been like, you know, the single-digit thousands of XP. Those are somewhat significant numbers, especially that Slayer number. That's about as much as I get every day from doing my Reaper task. Oh, this quest might be why they call it the Jade Vine House. I was looking at the rewards, trying to figure out, because they keep saying go to where the Jade Vine House is when I'm doing like penguin hunting. I'm like, what are you talking about, the Jade Vine House? But I know the start is somewhere here. Maybe it's even this guy. Ratio. It's a fine day to be out in the garden. Yes, it's very nice. Days like these make me glad to be alive. Who are you? Ratio Dobson, the gardener to Lord Handelmort. Oh yeah, the tribal totem guy. Do you need any help? Sure, I can help you. You're working the beds. One of his treasures was stolen. Oh, yeah. There's some nasty people around these days. Totally wasn't me who did it. And a rare plant. A magic tree? It's a vine. Jade vine, okay. Talk to Mad Wizard Cromperty. Preservation magic. Off to see the wizard. Okay. So I will try to edit whenever I'm just traveling between locations. Property, back to my roots. Preserve a vine cutting. Experimental. Hey, he remembers. Oh yeah, the RPDT. I'll look into it. think that's like southwest of here. It's been a while since I did the quest that involved them. Was that Tribal Totem? That's right. You have to like mess with shipping labels. Here we go. RPDT employees? Question mark. What's the hold up here? Stinking up the place. Posty Pete's out there pushing the envelope. Yeah, I'm sad that they cut so many of those random events from the game because they show up in so many quests. I get why they got rid of them because they're kind of like a shitty CAPTCHA, but I don't know, they're charming to me. I'm not an RPDT worker. That's what I just said. Why do I have to think of everything? Yeah, I like all the flies around the package here. Find a hand with a scrap of a wizard's robe attached. Oh, does this one require hand in the sand? Hand in the sand and tribal totem. Okay, that's cute. Definitely 2 quests I would not have anticipated would get sequels. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to do something with the hand. Oh, I think we're okay. You're a handy person to have around. You just teleport from here to there. It's amusing. It's a pot lid. This is specialist magical equipment. It's still a pot lid. Implying you're a bit potty. Some people make pottery to earn a living. Amazing. So I have to make a pot lid. I'm surprised it didn't tell me to like just bring one with me. I think there's a pottery oven. Oh, there's one here. That's a wheel. Is there an oven there though? Hold on, I'll look into this. It looks like there's a full oven over there. I guess that's why I have the soft clay. Okay. Okay, I should have the pot lid now. Fine work of art. It's a pot lid. Just tell me what Horatio said. Nice man called Garth. Oh yeah, right. I think he already set that up. Guy in Karamja. You mean to teleport you? No, I'll walk, thanks. I think it best to depart before Wizard Property thinks of any more inventions. Okay. Karamja, then. Double checking, because there's a couple places in Karamja that have farmers. Garth is the fruit tree patch in Brimhaven, okay. Talking to Garth. Back to my roots. About root cuttings. Oi, oi, that I do. Get to the root of the problem. Root cuttings are fragile. Oh, is this the big thing near Herblore habitat? Maybe. He's a wonderful wizard. Because he reminded me of this pot lid. It's cute. Several times find a cutting that will take. Plant pot full of earth like you can use for trees. I got that. Spade in the tool belt I think is fine. I think I've said this multiple times during the playthrough, but I would love the tool belt if it was like an insane like quality of life upgrade that you had to unlock like for every single thing. You have to use the spade, you know, for all the quests that feature spades or something, and then you can put it on the tool belt. I'm guessing they would never do anything like that in old school because people would perceive it as being like RS3, but I think it's a completely reasonable thing to do at that level of like extreme endgame unlock. Okay. I think they're talking about this area down here. This is where Herblore habitat is. It's an overgrown idol. I assume that's what we're talking about. What does the quest guide say? East of Shiloh Village. Okay, so maybe it's actually not quite there. I don't think it's on the eastern side. I think it's on the western side, so I'll go check. Okay, so we're presumably talking about this big, like, vine maze thing. It's not really conveyed on the map. I don't know how the heck I'm supposed to get there, though. Try going around here. It says east of Shiloh Village, so you would think that means I have to go here. Like, get in where these curtains are, essentially? No. Alright, I guess I just have to keep looking around this general area. I'm gonna use, well, it's unfortunate because if you turn on high contrast mode, this might be a glitch. Maybe I'll try to report this and see if they can fix it. But if you turn it on, it resets all of your color settings if you've said several of them you don't want them to be on. So I'll just change this to always on to see if I can make out. Oh, it says that's supposed to be interactable. Guess that makes me glad I highlighted it. Climb up. Enter. Maybe that's the end of the maze. All right, I'll keep trying to figure it out. Okay, I looped all the way around and I think I found the entrance here. So can I climb up on vine? Oh, it's you're on top of the vine. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. There's like monkeys and poison dart frogs and stuff. Okay, got giant wasps, tree. Really know where I'm going here. Oh, this is just to make sure that I have the appropriate stats to be able to cut that stuff. Squeeze through vines. This is kind of like a weird agility course, essentially. Oh, Karamjan Jungle Eagle. Ruined rope rack. Okay, so I must need ropes for something here. That's one of the eagles from, was it Eagle's Peak? The one that lets you use that for travel? Can I swing on this from here? I can, okay. Really appreciate this highlight feature. I would have to be pixel hunting constantly to see what I can and can't connect to. Oh, this looks promising because there's like a vine sticking out of it. I think that was a shortcut I took. Huh. Okay, I guess that's not it then. Can't fit through there. This is where I started. So where the heck does this want me to go? So the idea is we don't want to click in the little holes. They are potentially taking me backwards, but not forwards. Skybox in Karamja is very janky. Okay, so I'm explicitly not trying to go through a hole. Let's crawl through the vines. Squeeze through the vines. It's probably over there because that's like separate from everything else. Interesting, that doesn't show as an interactable. Maybe the idea is that I can open a one-way shortcut here so that I can just come at it from east of Shiloh Village in the future. I don't know what cause I would have to come back here in the future, though. I don't think that's actually necessary for progress. Okay. Still clicking. Game told me to bring a hatchet for combat, so I might have to take off all my necromancy stuff. I don't know what, I assume you have to like use it to fight. There's like gonna be a vine that you're gonna have to fight or something. Wow, that is a really punishing shortcut failure. Unless if this takes me right to there. Oh, it does not. Oh man, that's like Morning's End Part 2. That's actually significantly more punishing than the Morning's End Part 2 penalty. Okay, I won't make you watch that again. Ooh, I fell the first time this time. Okay, if you fall the first time, it's less bad, because I can run back here. Maybe I can't. No, if you fall, it's so you go all the way back to the beginning. Hicks. Whew. Okay. Okay, so I assume I want to be somewhere here. Dig in the soil, maybe. Cut the roots. I don't know if they want me to do that for all of them. You already have a cutting, okay. So we put that in the pot. Maybe do I do it in the plant pot? Wait for it to take or die. Ah, okay. So I have to keep trying until I see if it takes. And then I can preserve it in the pot. Okay, so literally all of them have failed to take, and I wonder if that's by design? That's supposed to be the last one you try. Okay. So now I can put it in the pot, and it seals it. Sealed pot. Okay. Gonna tell me to leave now? Turn to Horatio. Can do. Turn the highlights back off. I'll just try to turn that on as I need it for sequences like that. Okay, talk to Horatio. Cutting. Should still be alive. You're an incredibly accomplished farmer. Salt of the earth, you might say. What are you after? Wants me to plant it? Plant and grow it? Hold your nasturtiums. Okay. So it's the Jade Vine patch. So use on patch. Attack Wild Jade Vine. Okay, so that's probably what I need that for. Let me take all my armor off because it's going to give me an accuracy penalty. Ready for combat. That's nice that they give you a chance to prepare. Oh, it's like a little instance battle. It's like a not as good Hespori, I guess. It's tangled me. Yeah, my hit points are actually getting low while naked. I'm shocked. Okay, I got a bunch of like Slayer XP for that, it seems like. Let me regenerate my health and re-equip my shit here. Did you let the vine go wild like that? Oh, stop vining. God. Do they always do that? Oh, they made a reference to the purple fruit, the strange plant. Again, a random event that's not in the game anymore. That's cute, though. Take this seed the vine dropped. If you need another, let me know. I'll prune the vine every couple of days. It'll grow wild, and you'll have to kill it or get me to do it. Oh, okay. Contact the Slayer Masters. So it's a way to get Slayer XP. That's kind of cool. They prove useful for training your Slayer abilities. That was a neat little quest. Back to My Roots is a pretty silly quest about going to a giant maze of vine roots in southeastern Karamja. You have to navigate the maze, which is pretty annoying. It has an agility shortcut that sends you back really far. Probably one of the most punishing agility shortcut failures in the game up to this point. But you have to dig up a special vine from the vine maze and then seal it in a magical container blessed by Wizard Cromperty. You then plant the vine at the Handelmort Mansion, and the vine turns into a big monster that you have to fight. This is one of a handful of quests that barely missed inclusion in the old school backup. You can kill it about once per day-ish. It's more like every 19 hours, but you can kill it about once per day, and it gives about 2,500 Slayer XP. I doubt this quest will ever get backported to OSRS because it's another thing that's a daily. It's an arguably fine daily because it works similarly to a lot of other farming things like Hespori. Kind of, you can fight Hespori almost on a day-to-day basis. 2,500 Slayer XP per day isn't a lot, but it's probably worth doing in old school because the Slayer XP rate in old school is extremely slow. I think if it had just made it into old school as part of the 2007 archive, nobody would think anything of it, but now it's kind of a little bit too dangerous to pull, would be my thought. Okay, let me see what the next one is. I guess something that I'm extremely inconsistent about. I've talked about how I hate time-gated content and I hate dailies and weeklies and monthlies and that sort of a thing. But I'm generally okay with farming. And I guess it'll have to come to the video essay for me to really like disentangle my thoughts on why farming feels okay to me, but RS3 takes it way too far, right? Like, I could see not wanting to port this exact quest into old school because it's potentially a daily source of Slayer XP. And Slayer XP is kind of a precious resource. You don't want to mess with the economy there too much, the XP economy. But I guess I'm not super opposed because I like Hespori as a boss, right? And that's kind of the same idea. I'll think about it more. I'll give you my thoughts in like 2 years when I do the video essay. Okay. So One Foot in the Grave is using the hand I got from the previous quest. It's kind of like a quick like little coda. And Hope Spear's Will, I think, is a coda to Land of the Goblins. I think I saw that when they announced that they were backporting it. I think that was the first major, like, truly backported RS3 quest in old school. So this just says it's a mini quest, so I'll go check it out. It's back at the Wizards Guild. I guess maybe the idea, that's sort of an interesting design concept. It's like you're doing the quest, you get the little hand, maybe you think, oh, I want to explore the hand part of the quest, and it actually triggers a second branch with a mini quest, you know? Okay, Zavistic Rarv. A rather sandy problem I'd like to palm off on you. Oh, it's the rest of the guy from Hand in the Sand. Okay. I guess that's how you know, because of the wizard robe. Defeat monsters in the Jade Vine Maze. In the sand? No. On your arm? I mean, yes, but no. Clarence. I shall keep it with the rest of him. If we can find enough, we can put him to rest. You didn't already bury him? To find as much as we can before we bury him so we can go whole to the Wizard's Great Hall. There's all little potty. Get a weird sense of deja vu. See if you can find more of him. Okay, so what? Oh, there's no progress. Okay. Can I talk to him to see if he gives me ideas? If I find any more, I'll give them to you. I guess the mini quest description a second ago said something about it's a quest overview. Defeat monsters in the Jade Vine Maze. So maybe it's just like you just kill enemies there and get drops. All right. I don't know if I need to like kill one of each different kind of enemy or if just anything in the maze counts essentially. It's just a Terramin. Tenacious Toucan. No drop there. Frog legs. I don't know if it needs to like be literally inside the maze or if I can kill stuff here. Spider carcass, monkey corpse. If I kill like 20 enemies and nothing drops, I'll Google it, but I just assume from the quest description that this is where it wants me to go. Nothing so far. Quest overview specifically says combat gear to fight, not just to defend yourself, which makes me think that it's not like looking for interactables in the maze. Oh, wait. A foot. Okay. So I actually don't know how many I need. I guess we've got 2 hands, a torso. It's pretty funny. Okay, I'll report back when I think I'm done. Oh, just got the left arm. Oh, and I didn't pick it up in time, so another left arm dropped. Okay. The drop rate's not great. It's like maybe like 1 in 20. It's unfortunate that I need to be careful to not kill them too fast if there's an item on the ground already. I've gotten a drop and a lot of kills here, so I might Google and see if there needs to be specific enemies that drop them. I got 3 of them. I got the torso, the foot, and the left arm from killing these guys. So maybe there's only certain enemies that drop certain ones. If there's a left arm, there's probably a right arm. Well, it says ant soldiers, ant workers, wasps. Okay, and it says there's a left leg and a right leg, but no second foot, which is interesting. There's the right leg. I got all 6 pieces, and I looked up to confirm that it was 6 to make sure I wasn't missing something. So I guess I just have to go back to Yanil and turn it in. Okay, talking to Zavistic Rarv. I think I might have found something. Left arm, left leg, right leg, who almost doesn't catch it. You bodily heave the torso out of your pack to the wizard's astonishment. You wave the foot in an amusing manner. Thank you so much for returning Clarence to us. Despite the lack of his foot, we'll go ahead with the burial. Okay, I'm glad I looked that up because I would have been sitting there thinking there was a second foot to find. I guess it wasn't called right foot or left foot, but... Courtensier's village. Oh. Does this actually require King's Ransom? It doesn't. Okay, I guess they're just referring to it because it had come out relatively recently at the time. Yeah, let's go. Click your heels 3 times. She disappeared before I could teleport her. It's funny. Okay. So just confirming. Oh, right. I don't get notes. So it teleported me right to the desks. Are we doing something here? Keeping a diary of my life. We're running out of sand in the sand pits. Daily diary's gone awry. Rectuber. Talking about getting the job from Clarence. Pacifist Island of Intrana. Oh, is it explaining why there are sand pits in all those locations? Okay. People who can't spell Fremetic, Fremi province. That's funny. Toasty Pete. Bananas. Get a wizard to enchant my workers to work harder for less. That's not good. Be one of the more gullible ones. Okay, so we're figuring out how sandy. This is pretty good because this like closes the loop on Hand in the Sand. Fremi sandpits. From Clarence, nervous about the spell. So he's like a mob hit essentially. Something needs to be done about Clarence. He started vague threats in his letters about telling the authorities. Can't lose these profits no matter what. Yeah, no kidding. Clarence is the lawful one. Not sure I should have solved the problem of Clarence. Find some way of getting rid of the bits now. That gives me an idea. Okay. Had a nosy adventurer around today. Oh man, you gotta get some wiki nerd who's like, Hand in the Sand canonically takes place on the 33rd of Rectuber, 169. Treating it like the Memory Alpha Star Trek wiki. I'll finish off this entry tomorrow. Okay, that's cute. Just have to show him the diary, I guess. Oh, I was double checking the name of the quest. Foot in the Grave after Hand in the Sand. And I guess it is 1 foot in the grave, so that's your clue. You'll need 1 foot, I guess. Cute. Evidence. I have his diary. Dear diary, today I killed a wonderful, talented wizard. He's a few buckets short of a full sand pit. Sure, I'd be honored to attend. A little instance place. Into the Hall of Great Wizards. I wonder if the concept of the Hall of Great Wizards is going to come back. He had not yet earned his 6th level of magic. Rest in pieces. Here. I like he cast an earth spell to bury him. It's a nice touch. Hey, 10,000 magic XP. That's cool. Alright, that's a cute little quest. 1 Foot in the Grave is a quick mini quest follow-up to Hand in the Sand that gets unlocked during the previous quest I just did, Back to My Roots. It's interesting in that it's continuing a tradition that seemed to have started around 2006, 2007 and only lasted for about a year, where Jagex would put out like 2 quests at the same time. One was the actual quest, one was the mini quest, and the mini quest is where they like shunted a bunch of long lore sequences or long text boxes. I honestly don't hate it as a design principle. It's kind of interesting that they abandon it later on. You know, they kind of just have individual big quests and don't really bother with having these little mini quests. But it's really simple. All you do is talk to the Magic Guild leader, Zavistic Rarv, and he says, hey, can you go find the rest of the body parts of that wizard who died, the one from Hand in the Sand? So you go back to the Jade Vine Maze and you just kill enemies there until you get all of his body parts, except for 1 foot. He is still missing a foot, which I guess is why the quest is called 1 Foot in the Grave. Haha. It also ties up some loose ends with Sandy from Hand in the Sand. It's a cute little mini quest. It would be neat to see more of these in the current quest design. All right, so Land of the Goblins and Hope Spear's Will are both in Old School, and I've already started Land of the Goblins. I needed the Goblin Potion for Archaeology, I think, but I'm just going to rush through and finish it. I guess I'll comment if I bump into anything neat. And then after that, those are the only quests that are backported into Old School at time of recording, so the rest of these I will record the entirety of them. Had that Goblin Potion in my bank for a long time, but I guess I didn't hold on to a Goblin Mail, so I gotta get one now. I like that the core thing you do in this quest is equip and dye Goblin Mail. It's a great like follow-up to previous Goblin quests, right? It is fun to actually be able to equip Goblin Mail too. I imagine that was like mind-blowing for people who played this as kids. One thing that's kind of a problem is that like the different colors are much less obvious than they are for Old School. When you dye the mail, it's fine. Oh, that makes the part where you use all the different keys in archaeology make more sense. Archaeology is such a cool skill, but I wish it was heavily quest gated. It would be very, very neat. That would have like really scaffolded me towards quests more. Like, I think Land of the Goblins, partial completion of Land of the Goblins was one of the only things that was actually required to do basically all of archaeology, right? But if I was just really inspired by archaeology to go do giant quest chains, I totally would have done them much earlier. I kind of like this trend of doing mini quests to follow up on quests. I don't think I ever recognized that it was a trend that started around 2006, 2007-ish. It looks like there's a bunch of them, and maybe they stop. Yeah, it looks like they stop. It's just something they experiment with for a while and then just don't do anymore. Okay, so at the end of the quest, Zanuck disappears when you visit the Land of the Goblins, Ubiusk. Okay, that's cool. We'll do Hope Spear's Will next. Well, I might take a break, actually. Runecraft 87. Updating on the state of my ethereal Runecraft outfit. So I got a little lucky to start with. I ended up having 3 pieces of the Lost set, and I'm like, oh my god, if I just get 2 more... it's going to make RuneSpan so much better. The fact that it gives you free travel in the RuneSpan is really, 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 really good for making it quite a bit more brainless, but I just made a couple more outfit pieces and now I have 3 of each set, so I guess that's likely to happen. I've only gotten lucky on I think 1 skilling outfit set where I got a partial set like super early, but I will probably keep popping out every time I have, what is it, 7,200 fragments to make 2 pieces. Just on the off chance that I happen to make 2 pieces from the same set. Placing my Runecraft urns here because they have a really substantial impact on XP gain. I don't know why, it seems like the other urns are kind of mild in comparison, but these, like, it's like lots of XP overall. So I was cleaning out my bank really quick and I just had to go check on my focus storage to put some spring sheared wools away because I had a few left over from making my Runecraft potion. I had 20,000 pure essence sitting in here. I guess it's good that I'm going to leave it there because I think that once I get to 90, if I do further Runecraft training, it's probably going to be making necromancy runes since those are the runes I'm actually practically going to use. But oh man, that could have saved me a lot of time. Okay, knocking out Hope Spear's will really quick. I think it's just like a quick follow-up where you go in and you kill all of like the general guys from Land of the Goblins, so shouldn't take me very long. Oh, that's kind of cute. So when you put on the Ring of Visibility, you can see this ghost. Maybe this mini quest thing was a way for them to do giant lore dumps. I'm not reading this because I'm going to read it when I played it in old school, but it's like, it's a ton of text. It's like the General Shadow and Curse of the Empty Lord and all that. Very interesting. Accept mini quest. Get to do this part completely naked, which I don't know if that actually means that the gameplay is that much dissimilar from old school, because you don't have any EOC ability bars when you're totally naked. Yeah, this one actually feels like a normal quest. Like, it's not challenging, obviously, because my stats are so high, but, you know, it's actually taking me a while to kill each of the guys, and don't have 100% accuracy, and I don't just win for free. It's kind of nice. I think there's something to be said for, even if it's not difficult, just feeling like you're like putting some time into the fight, so you don't like have the thing spawn and just see it disappear instantly, you know? Okay, so I think I just have to bury the bones here is the idea for XP. Okay. That was nice and straightforward. I will record the next one, dealing with Scabaras. Scabaras. Oh yeah, it's a sequel to Contact. Okay. It actually came out relatively soon after Contact. That's cool. Oh wow, yeah. So I was just checking the completed quests. Wolf Whistle came out right after this. I didn't realize how close it was to summoning being an old school. I'll talk about this more in the future, but I kind of really dislike summoning. I kind of hate it from top to bottom. I think the idea of a summoning like skill, I noticed that they were trying to do a like, you know, summoning spin-off skill in old school when they were doing the skill proposals. I think maybe they could make it good today with all the things we've learned about the game since 2008. But this is I'm very grateful that that backup was as far back as it was. Interestingly, this quest says it requires pyramid plunder stuff. 10 gold artifacts from Pyramid Plunder and a pyramid top from the Agility Pyramid. So I've had no cause to do either of those things in RS3 ever. I will go do it now. Kind of cool. Heard this content is weird in RS3. Like, it gives an XP outfit for thieving, but it's like insanely rare or something ridiculous. Okay, got my 10 gold artifacts from Pyramid Plunder. Works the same as old school. Checking out the Agility Pyramid now. All right, the agility pyramid is about the same, although it's not in like a divot anymore. They like really had to fit it in here. Turn off the interactables, which is helpful in Pyramid Plunder. Oh, the Talent Scout is here. That's funny. I haven't done this in forever. I'll do it now, I guess. I have the full outfit, so it's just a little bit of agility experience. It's just strange minigame, and it's just like most of them are pure random chance. Hey, got it. Nice. There's no reason to gamble for the XP because the chance I'm going to see this ever again is like 0. Oh, it's only 2100 XP. Yeah, I'll just leave. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it also says I need bronze gear, up to 36 bronze bars or equipment. I guess I'll just wait till I get to that part of the quest to see what the heck they're talking about, since I'm already using up so much inventory space on other stuff. Really convenient having this shortcut to Sophanum now, because it's really close to the Menaphos lodestone teleport. Okay, let's do this quest in its entirety. Grave news for you. What news? Accept quest. Corpse tree to identify. It came from Menaphos for funeral preparation. I haven't killed anyone. I'm gonna be sad when we lose this characterization of the RuneScape main character, the player character, as being like a weird drunk murderer. I think maybe now that I'm really embracing this idea that this is, you know, a Monkey Island MMO, I think it fits so much more that the protagonist is like a Monkey Island, you know, scum type character, and not like, you know, the World Guardian. Go up the ladder east of my altar and see if you recognize the corpse. Okay. This ladder? Cutscene. Here's a young lady whose corpse you're supposed to see. Process of embalming is extremely grisly. I have to replace her internal organs with herbs, spices, and resin. Oh, it's Misa. It's funny. She lives. It's a disaster. I'll be defrocked for promoting revivification. Woe is me. Can you just be dead? The youth of today are always causing so much trouble. Oh, cadaver berries. Okay, that's a nice little callback to Romeo and Juliet, which is not in this game anymore. That's cool. What's going on here? Why were you dead? I'm a drug-induced stupor. Does this one require, I guess it can't require Romeo and Juliet because that quest is no longer in the game. Why are you here? You have a leader too. Learn there's a quite extensive tunnel system above the area we investigated. So the Scarabites. Tunnels leading from the east coast of the desert into those below Sophanem. Kill anything that looks even a tiny bit like a beetle. Now that's a task I can highly relate to. Okay. Why did you pretend to be dead? As you know, passage between cities is rather restricted. Still loyal to Alcreative, not the big O. Okay, I think we're probably good because she told me a thing she wants me to do. Let's see. Avenge Khalif's death by dealing with the Scarabites in a violent manner. Check with the High Priest. Okay. Pride myself on my humility and pleasant nature. You object if I were to slay a bunch of Scarabites? I guess they're not Scarabites, they're Scabarites. Okay, I gotta be careful with that. It's Scabaras, not Scarabus. Scabaras religion has a very useful specific reason for existence. So if you run into the High Priest of Scabaras, try to pacify him rather than just brutally slaying him. Okay. East of Sophanem. Okay, I'll try to find it. This is a downside of doing things slightly out of order, because I think I've been over there already. I might even have a shortcut from like a rope. Let's see if I can find where I put it here. This rope here, yeah. May have been Smoking Kills, I want to say. Talk to my supervisor. Oh, okay, yeah, it looks like that's right. Talk to a certain Simon Templeton, that's the agility pyramid guy. Prove your mathematical competence. What? Okay, 17 divided by 10 would equal 1 in this trial. Which is the largest of these three numbers? Okay. So, 82 plus 82 is 164. 90 times 1.5 is 135, so the first one's still the highest. Oh, I don't even need it. I could just click the obvious one. Okay. 207 plus 200 minus 2 is 405. $405 plus 45 would be 450, but he wants me to round down, so it's 449. This is funny. 49 divided by 2. This is a great opportunity to show off like your ability to do approximation, right? 450 divided by 4. Sorry, my wife walked in the door. 450 divided by 2 is 225. Divided by 2 is like 112 and a half or a quarter, so 112. Give you a few minutes to relax, okay? 18 ancient bronze swords. Golden artifact from the top of the agility pyramid. 10 gold objects from pyramid plunder. Take modern bronze items, distress them, and then pass them on to Simon as antiques. Well, these guys are bad archaeologists. Do it with camel dung. Rub it on the object under the hot desert sun. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Summarize what I needed there. 18 ancient bronze swords. Okay, so I can try to buy some of those, but I think there's going to be a buy limit. Might have to craft some of them. I'm not going to have space to carry all of this stuff, so I'll try turning in the things I can first, I guess. Set to look for you. You'll never take me alive. Oh, it's something like that. Archaeologist asked me to deliver artifacts to you. I have gold objects from pyramid plunder. I have the agility pyramid artifact. Okay, so I need to get 18 bronze swords. So bronze swords are sold by this beefy bill guy, and then also the Warriors Guild, so I'll just do that, I guess. Okay, oxidized swords. That's cool. Just use the dung. It's nice you don't have to have multiple buckets of dung for all of these. Actually, I've used that Uthonki dung in a lot of different quests. It comes up in Myram's Big Adventure. Okay, turning in the distressed swords to Simon Templeton. Thanks, mate. Here's a receipt. Okay. Oh, he's got a job for me. I assume that's just doing the agility pyramid. That's interesting. I wonder if this quest introduced the agility pyramid or if it had come out like independently right before it. Because it is in old school, but I don't know if they just added it to old school since it was in this game. Okay, turning these in. Research materials be going on with. Assessed by the local denizens. Gather 4 bits of information from the local area and copy them into this nice journal. Killing anything other than crocodiles could do it. Okay. Mummies, zombies, and skeletons. There's some guys back here. Dried zombie. Oh, there we go. Scabarite notes. I don't know how many of those I need. Copy to log. Melodinus has forsaken us. Losers under siege. Okay. Third one. Oh, got cut out by combat. That's the last one, it looks like. Worsters are most incompetent. Sources of water becoming scarce. Often flogged if quotas are not fulfilled. The furnaces must remain lit. Okay. I'm gonna disassemble this crap. Hold on. Should everything done there. I have performed an amazing selection of tasks for you. Hint, hint. That's great. What's the key for? Manufactured after research on a locked door in the ruins to the north. Where leads into the tunnels you're seeking. Expose you to who knows what ancient diseases. Okay, yeah, but I got rid of the disease mechanic. So I wonder if it was originally part of this quest, like it is in Zogre Flesh Eaters. Frankly, I'm a coward. It bring you fame, glory, or whatever. Okay. I think didn't we go in here later? I don't know which of these to go into. Sealed door, sealed door. There's the staircase, but I don't think that's right. This isn't the place the cat was talking about. Okay. It must be close to the archaeologists. That one has a search command, the sealed door. This is the wrong one, though. This is from Smoking Kills. So is it just, like, the staircase? This might be right. Didn't come here before. I entered the underground area. Okay, so this is right. Talk to inhabitants. Well, there's a golem here. Thought perhaps you were all dead. Storehouses of Ulek. This station of not human humans. They've altered the locking mechanism on the doors. Stoke up the furnace opposite. I'll be able to allocate power to each of the 4 levers in the next rooms. And pull all of these levers in short succession. The doors should open. You can allocate the most power to start with, then less still, until the 4th lever will have very little power allocated at all. Okay. Cleanse the greasy pipe with a jet of steam, making it simpler to cross to the lever. Oh, okay. So this is using up all these skills. I should look at the skill requirements, because I always like seeing how they apply them to quests. Strength. Combat. Thieving. Alright, well my skills are all high enough. I guess of the ones he listed, strength is technically the worst. I can do that. I can make the combat one the weakest power, since I should be able to do it very quickly. Remove fuel. Okay. Oh, can I just use my like magic logs that I got from outside? Fire is already blazing. You decide not to interfere. Operate the levers. Probably the scarab room. Oh, the narrow walkway, I guess. I don't want to deal with agility failures. Okay, I think I got it. A little bit of damage for you. Lever. I think it's just the idea is you just need to be quick with it. lever. You have to be strong one. Kill the scarab. Oh, it's the same scarab from Contact, I think. I took a lot of desert heat damage. Oops. No problem. This one is Mysterious Mechanism. Oh, maybe after I pull the levers. The power dissipated after your failed attempt. Shit, I have to like click it and then it's annoying. To the mysterious box room. Okay, so I clearly have to do something with this guy. Can I click on here? Manipulate the mechanism as much as is useful. Oh, it's a it's memory. Okay. Well, I'll just write it down, I guess. Earth, air, nature, fire, death, nature, air. You don't need to watch me do this. I'll summarize when I'm done. Okay, I'm doing this from my notes. You've seen a memory puzzle before, I'm sure. It's basically that. Blood, 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 body, body, body. Oh, maybe you like literally have to set this first. Oh, I'm gonna run out of attempts, aren't I? Is there any way to not run out of attempts? Oh, okay, that helped. Oh, it's only one attempt per trio, so we're actually fine. Okay. Maybe thieving level gives me more attempts each time I click one of the thingies. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I got that. Leadership in the underground area. Okay. A lot of traps down here. Mages, they all say attack. There's no talk option. Lancer. This would be a pretty scary quest at minimum requirements in old school. There's a chest. Find some documents and store them in your pack. I still need to find the leader. Okay, this looks right. Talk to the High Priest. Welcome to this holy place of contemplation. Conversion, eh? Let's hear your persuasive tongue, or mandibles in action. Vow not to indulge in conversations. Do not fear your pathetic beetle-brained magics. Okay. Don't you remember? You just talking before you assaulted me? I'm not here to contemplate, I'm here to slay. Your scabby battle skills are no match for mine. You couldn't shoot an ogre from 2 paces, you biological impossibility. Seems invulnerable, I'm not sure what that's all about. What What's going on here? Hand of the Devourer? Ah, I don't sense that, but that seems right. So I just have to fight him a lot, I guess. Here for vengeance. Khalif died, and now so shall you. It's like a matter of like finding the right dialogue tree that doesn't result in you fighting priest. It looks like the priest has a bunch of different attack styles depending on which ones you pick, which is interesting. This is a stench of unholiness. It's worse than the dung. That's what I picked last time. Devourer dragged you into heresy for our own ends. Okay, I guess I just have to figure out the right dialogue tree. What happened? Why am I here? These questions are not rhetorical. Tell me the ways of Scabaras. Won't bother you further. Okay. Pacified the high priest with a mix of conversation and good old-fashioned violence. Okay, go back to Zovenum, no problem. Okay, this might be the end of the quest. I don't know what else it's gonna have me do here. Enchanted Water Tiara. Oh, okay. Immunity to desert heat, but I can kind of just deal with that by regenerating constantly. Right on, quest complete. Strength, thieving, and agility and prayer. Dealing with Scabaras. It's Scabaras, not Scarabus. I read that as Scarabus every single time I look at it. It's like how everybody pronounces it Ectofunctus, even though that's not in the word. Anyway. This is a sequel to the quest Contact. It follows up on the Locust Rider guys. You meet up with some scammy archaeologists who are trying to scam Simon Templeton. You have to do a little bit of pyramid plunder and the agility pyramid, and also you have to distress a bunch of bronze items to make them look like they're ancient. You turn those into Simon Templeton, and the corrupt archaeologist points you to the location you're supposed to go to. There's a little dungeon with a extremely forced skilling check. I love some of the really like janky skilling checks in these quests where it's like, well, we want this quest to require fire making and thieving. How do we make that work? Whatever, it's fine. There's a room where you have to stoke a fire to blow all of the goop off a pipe so you can do an agility check across it. It has a simple tile memory puzzle, and then after that there's a weird boss fight that I don't know how this was supposed to work. This is one of those quests where I'm never going to see it in old school, I don't think. But it's a boss that like dies instantly and then has a dialogue tree, and then I guess the idea is that you're trying to like beat it both by using violence and through talking. But it wasn't clear to me why certain dialogue options advanced it more than other ones. After beating the boss, you make peace with the Scabaras, and Zovenum is safe for now. This quest follows up with Maisa, the lady from the end of Contact, the one who is wearing the Groucho Marx disguise. She does a goofy shenanigan that's supposed to be a follow-up to Romeo and Juliet, where she like drinks a cadaverberry potion to fake her own death. And I was looking at the wiki while recording this, and apparently there used to be a reference to Romeo and Juliet in the quest. Like your character would say, oh yeah, I've done that before, but they've removed that quest from RS3. They're kind of embarrassed of it, like they're embarrassed of Camelot. That's the end of the summary. It's also the end of the episode, so let's get to the outro. Okay, that concludes the episode. Technically completed 6 quests in this one. My goal is to do somewhere between 2 and 4 per episode to make sure I get about an hour episode length on average. Next episode we will do Catapult Construction, the Hunt for Surok, Kenneth's Concerns, and probably the Perils of Ice Mountain. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.